And welcome back to part, I think we're on 6? 6 now, I think, of What If Naruto had a Resurrección, the Pantera / Grimjow edition. So last time, we got to the end of part 1. Naruto had gone off for his training. Sakura got in trouble for her, again, in Sakura's defense, it was a heat of the moment thing with her, emotions and all that. I do fully believe she would have come to regret that decision in real life. Be like, what did I just say? Oh, shit. But, she still got in trouble for it, as she should. She's been barred from basically advancing to Chunin for the amount of time that Naruto's essentially gone, and was barred from actually, being a Genin for a while. I even think she got to retake an academy test just to qualify to be a Genin again, which she could still pass with no problem. Sasuke also has been incarcerated. Now, in terms of what Naruto has learned, what Sakura has learned over the time skip, Naruto has more or less gotten the full extent of his Resurrection available to him. He's got all the physical capabilities. He's also learned the other techniques the Resurrection allows. I don't have the names up in front of me at the moment because they're not actually going to be featured in this part. But one of them is essentially shooting these. I get the best way to play it. Best thing to call them is claw bullets out of your shoulder. So that's one, and they're pretty effective. And then the others is the final technique of the Resurrection, which I believe is called Descarga. I might be butchering the name on that slightly. I will at least, and I'll actually have images of these techniques when we decide to use them. But Grimjow Juggerjux. Where are you, Grim? Where are you, Grimmy? There you are, Grimmy. How you doing? But let's see here now. Where is the Grimjow? Where's your attack? What's it do now? My, oh my, okay. And, okay, okay. Gara de Pantera is the one where essentially I hate ads. God, I'm so annoying. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Gara de la Pantera, or it's translated to Claw the Panther, is essentially, what I was just describing. Like, they take the appearance of dark green, crystalline, uneven cut stones of darts, and they can hit for a lot. They can destroy a 30-meter in diameter column without any issue. And then it's Desgeron, or Panther King's Claws, which is the final technique, which essentially creates these giant energy claws that are attached to, basically, his claws glow and makes a slashing motion. Each claw becomes a long, sharp blade composed of reishi energy that can be hurled at the enemy and can be swung at maximum of 10 blades at the enemy. It's a pretty cool final attack. But yeah, otherwise the only other thing Naruto would really pick up over this time, and I hate when this happens. My things are just stalling out at the moment. And now I can't even move my mouse. Great. So that's just lovely. Seriously, there we go. All right, we're good. But anyway, so he's got those. He's also probably now learned the combine the Rasengan Seru. Rasengan is in, or the Sen is in there, so Raseru, I guess, which is essentially the application of a Rasengan, the whirling, grinding part of the Ryatsu, or chakra, into the long-range attack of the Seru. Now, that doesn't mean it becomes his go-to attack, because sometimes he might have to, pluck an enemy out of the sky, or he's just going to need to do a more concentrated attack. He's also learned the Grand Ray Seru, which is essentially mixing your blood with Seru for a more powerful attack. And he learned the Great Ball Rasengan. The problem here, though, is, and he's probably brushed up on his swordsmanship a little bit, but the ultimate problem for Naruto is simply that Jiraiya is still not going to teach him much beyond that. The Big Ball Rasengan, sure, and trying to use the Fox's chakra to varying degrees. I'll actually say this, too. You might not see the Desgeron until later, because I have a feeling using his Resurrection, the nature of the Resurrection, particularly this one, is also kind of enhancing the fox's capabilities to affect Naruto with his chakra. It's making it easier for him to be influenced, just due to the fact that this is the whole concept of death is destruction. And Naruto definitely gets a bit more aggressive. And the first time he activated his Resurrection, he was also using the fox's chakra. So this is one of those scenarios where it's actually kind of linked itself a little bit to each other. So using the final technique can be difficult because it can make him more exposed to the fox's influence. So with that said, however, what about Sakura? Well, after she was reinstated back into the Ninja Force, back on Team 7, I do think Kakashi did take pity on, pity's not right. He still sympathized. He didn't like the way she treated Naruto, but he still understood where she was coming from. A young girl in love. We all can be, our emotions can be the worst enemy of all. So I do think he took it under his wing to try to help her out and actually teach her something. So he brought up her earth. He taught her some earth jutsu, I think, just to keep her a bit more rounded. Also helped her with genjutsu. I could see that. Nothing amazing, but just to get the ball rolling for her to really kind of improve herself. And she probably studied some medical ninjutsu on her own as well. Now, this does make her more well-rounded than the original one that we got in Shippuden, but it doesn't make her any technically as strong because she is not a medical ninja in the same capacity as she was in the original. She doesn't have the super strength she learned from Tsunade. So, while she certainly got 1 or 2 earth jutsu, 2, 3 earth jutsu, some genjutsu, she once she's finally been given the earful about how she's messed up, she actually starts to take herself more seriously. She also, I think, is allowed to visit Sasuke for what it's worth every once in a while, at least with supervision, until she gets older and gets over, a bit of this. She's still in love with Sasuke, obviously, but he's very much, aloof. Although there's 2 ways you can interpret Sasuke in these scenarios. Definitely still hating Naruto, or just angry or letting his rage consume him, or still obviously rage fueled against Itachi, sure, but more willing to grow and evolve a little bit, more willing to let it go, just because Naruto was right. I lost. He beat me fair and square. So you can at least accept that. But, he's still, and Sakura coming in, she's like, Sakura, why do you come? It's not less more like, get out of here. I don't want to ever see you. You keep coming here. It's more like, it's kind of like Magneto and X-Men. Why do you come here, Charles? Why do you come here, Sakura? I was like, why? And maybe Sakura even and maybe Kakashi's the one. Why do you keep asking questions you already know the answer to, Sasuke? And Sasuke's like, that's right. Your continuing quest for hope. That's a legit conversation I can see, ripped off or not. But anytime they leave, there's always that little smile about they still haven't given up on me. He kind of appreciates that they still kind of have some faith in him. So Naruto would show back up to the village. He's, I'm back. By the by, his outfit now pretty much mirrors Grimmjow's. At least, not mirrors Grimmjow's, but I think it looks like a combination of Grimmjow's and Shikamaru's. What do I mean by that? Well, obviously this is the release from a Grimmjow. Grimmjow usually has this white vest with short sleeves. I could see Naruto rocking that, but instead of ninja mesh, which he probably still wears, he also probably has a black shirt underneath or something like that, with maybe some ninja mesh. Kind of more like what Kiba wears underneath his jacket, something like that. But he has his hands in his pockets. All right, Conan, I'm back. It's probably maybe he could actually have Grimmjow's hairstyle, not this. But Grimmjow has a bit more about almost not mohawk, but that's a good question. How would I describe his hair? It's very front forward, not as spiky, a little thinner. So maybe it's like Naruto's version of that a little bit. And I'm back, and they put a Gracie nice face in the monument. And I was like, Naruto? Sakura, you're back. It's like, Naruto, you're back. It's like, yeah, sure am. It's like, wow, you've really grown. Well, what do you think? You think I look more womanly? You look the same as ever, Sakura. It changed a bit. You idiot. And Sakura's just, but she just calms down, and then she sobs it. Naruto. And just she's about to tell him how she feels, and her apology to him. Konohama shows up and just like, yeah, you can't just focus on those jutsu. You need to practice other jutsu. Like this, my brand new sexy ninjutsu. And she hits him in the head. And he's like, oh, sorry. And then they go to the Hokage's office. On the way, though, Sakura says, before we go, I want to say something to Naruto. What is it, Sakura? And she actually gives him a hug. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I've been thinking about how to say this all the last 3 years. I just no version of this ever came out was ever easy. I'm so sorry for what I made you do. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for putting all that burden on you. I was younger. I was in love, and I put all that on you, and you kept, and he's about to Naruto. He's shocked, but his eyes also soften a little bit, and he can tell too. She loves Sasuke. Like, he cares for her deeply, loves her platonically at least. And maybe he's kind of accepted that a little bit. Maybe he's not completely over it, but he's accepted it. And he just gives her a light hug. He's like, "It's all right, Sakura." It's like, it's not okay. It's not okay. After everything I did, it's like, because a lot of people, I've still seen people say, "No, Naruto wouldn't forgive her." Yeah, he would. Yeah. By the way, some people kind of got on the case of Naruto doesn't have the clout to defend Sakura. Yeah, look, he's not the savior of the ninja of the village, although he did beat the Shikaku, so it kind of is. Someone brought that up. But he knows Tsunade personally. Tsunade knows Naruto's character, and she knows what he's gone through for a lot of people and what he's done. At least in this circumstance, that's enough. It's not like you're pardoning for war crimes here. It's not. It's just she made a mistake. She offered, didn't go. Then, because if she had any sense, she probably would have. First off, she wouldn't have said that. But also, she wouldn't have said he left, because if she basically incriminated herself by doing that. So yeah, no, Naruto has enough clout to speak up and give her a little bit of a helping hand, trying to not get her in trouble. But anyway, Naruto's saying, look, no, I get it. The Sasuke, but it wasn't just for you. Sasuke is my friend too, okay? And I would have done everything to bring him back. The fact that you cared so much about him, that was just more incentive. So, and we did it. We brought him back, and he'd actually, I think, in just naturally doing something kind of like nice and romantic, actually wipes the tears away from her eyes. She's like, no, come on, Sakura, no more tears. I hate seeing you cry. Cry. Well, come on, we gotta go see Lady Tsunade, right? And then we'll go visit Sasuke. And she actually maybe blushes a little bit about how just like surprisingly tender and like touching that was. Like, Naruto, well, yeah, let's go. And your eyes even looking like, the kid's amazing. He's a dunce in many ways, but sometimes he's a smooth operator. And so they see Kakashi again. He gives them Make Out Paradise. He tests them for just to see how far they've come. He knows how far Sakura's come, but he's trying to test Naruto. We always skip over the bell test because it's really irrelevant. It would just be to showcase like the techniques and everything like that. It's really just to see where they lie. And so ultimately, the next day they do end up visiting Sasuke. Sasuke's like, again, Sakura. So what is it this time? And he actually stands up, Naruto. Sasuke, you're not looking bad for a guy who's been spending 3 years in prison. No thanks to you. And whose fault is that? Naruto just counters, you really want an answer to that? And Sasuke's like, looks like you've got a little bit smarter on the retort, that's for sure. Like, he was just testing her, like, yeah, I put myself in. Like, he's had time to, like, he still got hate, he still wants revenge, but it's like, I've had enough time to realize, yeah, okay, this was partially my fault. Not entirely my fault. Like, the Sasuke being influenced by the curse mark thing, it's a legit excuse. It doesn't excuse, but it is legit explanation for his actions, or at least partially. So Naruto's like, they've been treating you well. No, they give me the food's always fresh. They at least make sure to do that, and I make sure to at least stay fit. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to access my chakras in some time, thanks to these blasted seals. Well, Well, I mean, give us some time, and maybe we might be able to put in some. And Naruto maybe asks what the sentence is, which is actually a very good question. Because they have to take into consideration Orochimaru's influence on him, a life sentence, even though he did try to, leave for Orochimaru, again, he's got a curse mark. And he's clear he's being influenced by the curse mark. To some whatever, not influence, but it was affecting him on some level. So does that mean, and last Chia, does that mean he stays in prison forever, like a life sentence? Probably not, but it would be at least a 10-year sentence, minimum, and then he's probably not even going to be allowed to be a shinobi for another God knows how many years. So, yeah, either way, yeah, he says, like, he says this sentence is pretty, like, well, I don't know. Don't worry, maybe we'll be able to, maybe after a while, be able to talk. I mean, good behavior. It's like, that is with good behavior. Like, To which Naruto then looks at it as like, do you regret it? Do you regret what you did? Abandon all of us. You tried to kill me. You abandoned all of us. You just for what? For revenge? And now Sasuke is like, he glares at him. But he does pause. And he says, I regret that I had to hurt you. I regret that maybe I didn't stay and try your way. But I don't regret seeking my revenge. I will get my revenge one day. One day I will be out of here. And if Itachi isn't dead by then, I will find him and I will kill him. I promise you that. It's like, and I think it's like a real answer from Sasuke, like a real answer Sasuke would give. Like, if he has come to terms with the fact that, yeah, I kind of put myself here, I understand that. I think he would also still accept the fact that, no, I'm still angry. I still want revenge. Still want to kill the bastard. But I still think that would be logical. But I don't know. That's your opinion on that, I suppose. And so Naruto just kind of smiles. Well, if you actually ever need help, you always know we're here. And what? It's like, seriously? Yeah, man. Like, seriously, we're always here. We've always been here, and we always will be here. We're your friends. And if you need help with something, all you gotta do is ask. And anyway, later, Duck Butt. It's you idiot. It's you dweeb. He smiles. It's like, damn it. That's my best friend right there. And so we move into the Kazekage rescue arc. Gaara gets kidnapped. Kankuro gets poisoned. And as some people pointed out, yeah, no, Kankuro's not surviving this time. Even with Sakura having some medical ninjutsu, it's not enough. They do say they want a medical specialist or a medical ninja on the team. Sakura is a medical ninja. And now, to her credit, if she is training on her own, Sakura is very smart, very book study. She's probably a good medic. She's just not Shizune or Tsunade level. She's maybe half their level, which would still be a good medic. It might be enough to stabilize him for Kankuro for a few days. Maybe give him Kankuro's still probably gonna die. I'm not saying they could save Kankuro's ninja career, this version. I'm not even saying they can save his life. But maybe, using about half, give him a couple days of peace. Maybe Sakura does a diagnosis. Like, I did what I could. I even got some of the poison out, but there's just too much in there. I think I can't develop an antidote. I think I might be able to give him something to ease his pain and give his last few days some peace, but that's about it. I think she could maybe do that, but this version of Kankuro's not getting saved. Which means when they show up, obviously Chio attacks him, Granny Chio attacks him, Naruto stops that. Obviously they also meet up with Temari. And obviously they can't make an antidote, which also makes that fight with Sasori difficult. But hold, because we do have Itachi, the fake Itachi Kasami thing. The Kasami fight is always the same, unless you have a different version of Team 10. But Itachi confronting Naruto. Now with Zanpakuto, they are separate entities and have their own Ryatsu signatures along with the user's Ryatsu. And therefore, theoretically, if you use that in a Naruto context, you should be able to, just holding your Zanpakuto and kind of flexing the energy should be able to break you out of a Genjutsu. If Naruto released Pantera, I'm sure it could break him out of a Genjutsu. But the problem with Resurrection is that's not how Resurrection works. The power of a hollow, the original power they had, is just sealed into the blade. So Naruto isn't really, I mean, yeah, he's probably learned, breaking Genjutsu from Jiraiya to some degree. But it's just not enough to break him out, so he starts to kind of freak out. But ultimately, he's broken out by someone else. I think it was Chiyo or Kakashi or someone. Anyway, Naruto's like, and he just gets ready. And obviously Kakashi and Itachi do get out for a bit, but then Naruto just says, Rosero! And then just an grinding energy blast just drills a hole right through him. And so there you go. Is obviously the Fox Chakra activated on that, and there you go. So they still show up for Gaara to be near dead. However, Deidara is not going anywhere, because Deidara tries to fly away, and Naruto, in this version, can just, what the hell? Or, Bala! And just, son of a, those are flying. And Naruto just uses sort of swipe, save Gaara, and then Kakashi, frankly, could just come in with a Chidori or something, and just it's like, maybe Deidara falls to the ground, not quite sure what's going on, and all of a sudden he hears the chirping birds and he just gets a Chidori right through the mouth chest piece, or chest mouth. He's no way. And yeah, Deidara's just flat out dead in this, because whenever Naruto has a range technique, a good one that you can just snipe with, Gaara's not getting far. Deidara's either dead or needs to run and hide quick. In this case, he's dead. Which means Naruto is now just kind of like trying to freak out, say Gaara. Chiyo and Sakura had only just started confronting Sasori when Sasori just sees the Nine-Tails. He just sniped Deidara out of the sky. So this is the power of the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. And to which Naruto is just like, Gaara, you haven't seen anything yet. And he's got his Fox Chakra kind of raging. And he just, Naruto, wait, no, take it easy. But unfortunately, they can't. And his claws kind of manifest on him. And he just rushes in. And Sasori's like, he's fast, but he fires out Senbon. However, Naruto's Hikaru just, but his skin is, and it slices through Hiroko with his blade, and drenched in chakras. And all of a sudden, he just notices the form move, fires a Sero at him, and then Sero, but he's able to dodge. You were able to destroy Hiroko with a one hit. Hiroko is a defense. Hiroko's not meant solely for offense, but also for defense. You were able to destroy it with a one hit. You're dangerous, Nine-Tails. But Hiroko, after all, but I'm not done. Hiroko, after all, granted, was one of my favorite puppets. But you would like to see my first favorite? And it's like, no, not that. That is, what? And it's like, huh? What is it? I don't care. It's like, it's the third Kazekage. What? He died. He disappeared under mysterious circumstances. We always wondered what happened to him. You killed him in Sasori, indeed. And it's the Iron Sand. And so I was like, oh, crap. Now, Naruto's Hikaru is good, and it's being strengthened by the Fox Chakra. So right now, his defense is ridiculous. But he's also kind of getting blinded by rage. Luckily, he's not releasing his Resurrection, because he's just more like, I'm just going to kill you right now. One of the things Dryer probably taught him is, if you are accessing the Fox's Chakra, because you can feel the difference, don't activate that sword, because it's just going to heighten the Fox's influence on you. So and Naruto knows, like, I can't act. He's got enough wherewithal right now. He doesn't have one tail out yet, though one tail's starting to form. Just it bubbles up. It's like, I can't access my Resurrection right now. Not that I need it. And so the Kazekage and him duke it out a little bit, but the Iron Sand is actually able to provide a really good defense. Just boom! It's almost refracting the light off of the Sero off of it. And then he uses the Raw Sand. Sero just starts grinding into it a little bit. The Iron Sand's still floating, turns into Senbons. Naruto's able to block it. It's like, we need to get Sasori away from that puppet now. And Kakashi's like, I have an idea. We need to be keeping an eye on Naruto as well. That goes beyond one tail. We might be in trouble. Luckily, Naruto's able to kind of keep things in check for the most part. And uses balls just kind of like pelted, just rushing the job, but nothing's getting through. He comes in with a Rasengan. Again, nothing's getting through that Iron Sand. Then he starts to get bound up in the Iron Sand. I'll have to contain you. Don't worry. Because you're a Jinchuriki, the poison shouldn't kill you. But it should be able to. Sorry, I'm using more Sasori's Hiraku voice. Don't worry, the poison shouldn't kill you, Ninetales. But given your regenerative capabilities, but it should be enough to incapacitate you. And he kind of putting him in a sphere. Unfortunately, and Sasori, as they try to go after Sasori, more Iron Sand shows up. Oh, don't worry. Don't think I forgot about you, Granny, or you, Copy Ninja. You might make a good replacement for my Hirako. And all of a sudden, then Earth Pillar suddenly come in and just hit him. And so Sakura's got like a hand seal. There's like, he's not the only one here. It's like, oh, child. I see. So you're an Earth user. Well, that makes things a little bit more difficult. And all of a sudden, he's hearing the poof, poof. It's like, that's not possible. All of a sudden, the sand's it like starts pushing off and coming back into the dome, being pushed off. How is it? All of a sudden, a tail pops out, and then a second tail pops out. It just starts. It's like, I need Chio, Sakura, take care of Sasori. And then Chio's able to kind of link up with Kazekage and kind of wrest control a little bit from as Naruto, as he finally puts a seal tag on Naruto to keep the fox chakra at bay. As Naruto kind of, what happened? You were starting to get a lot out of control there. Oh man, my head. Sorry about that, Kakashi-sensei. It's all right, but now that's not the problem right now. Sakura then uses a different version of like the technique she uses with pillars, actually getting the Kazekage puppet and just wrecking it and ripping off Sasori's cloak to reveal he himself is a puppet. So he really did it. Oh yes, your divine treasures, Granny Chio. She brings out those. You once conquered a whole fortress with them, but I once conquered an whole country with these. Naruto's looking on. I was like, how are you feeling? Good. Yeah, I'm good. I don't need to. The fox chakra is no longer active, which means I can finally go all out. My mission has been given to collect the Ninetales now, which I believe that was the case. His mission was to get the Ninetales, I think. Although that was actually, so we know Itachi also had the mission to get the Ninetales, but I think they did say capture the Ninetales for Sasori too. And Naruto's like, grind, Pantera! Just, there, standing all like badass. So I guess I did lie. Pantera did make an appearance here. He's not going to use his ultimate technique, although using his, he fires out from his shoulders, boom, those like crystalline, solid stone bullets, just starts wasting puppets. He just goes to town, starts ripping through like puppets and chakra threads as much as he can. There's just too many of them, though. The treasures are doing their best. Finally, just because I finally just kind of like and finally just grand sound just kind of lays waste the entire environment. And Sasori's body there gets destroyed, but he manages to survive by inserting himself into a puppet, only for Chio to come in and just, damn it all. You bet! And Sakura still punches him. Was that supposed to hurt? I feel no pain. Would you like to try it? You don't need to eat nor sleep. His body feels no pain. He just kind of lingers there and just laments about, the choices he made. Just forgive me, Granny Chio. It's like, my poor boy. It's like death. You finally meet your end in the arms of your parents. It's like, Granny Chio, and just dies. Someone did bring up that there's no point of him bringing up the whole Orochimaru thing here because Sakura's not pressing him about Sasuke apparently. So really no reason for him to give that information away. Unless, the only thing, I can't see him maybe just saying, you were able to beat me. Yeah, the Akatsuki. So I'll give you a little bit of, a reward. But again, there's really not much of a reason. So Chio ultimately does have to give her life for Gaara. sacrificed herself. Naruto didn't shake hands. Kakashi didn't have to use Mangekyo at all. The Orochimaru, like, bridge arc just doesn't happen. Orochimaru basically has to just switch bodies eventually. Like, Orochimaru is still lamenting, Sasuke, I will have Sasuke. I will have him, Kabuto. But will you? I mean, you gotta go into Konoha and into prison just to get him. You gotta break him out, and that's just not happening. So he's just gonna have to take a different body. And then the Kakuzu Hidan arc would probably go about the same. Naruto. So the thing about this here is that there might not be a reason for him to learn Wind Release here, unfortunately. But maybe just to, like, just keep training. Like he said, I've been training with the Rasengan for a bit. Like, I can almost get down a one-handed one. The big ball, I can definitely do with two, though. Or, like, I can do a Rasengan with one hand. The big ball, I do need another clone for, but it's getting easier. Maybe it comes up how the fourth didn't complete it and wanted to combine an element with it. Maybe. But I don't know. Do you think he'd learn Wind Style? I'm a little dubious myself. But to be fair, it could still come up. Maybe he just has Wind Style Rasengan. Maybe that's all he ends up getting. Regardless, the Kakuzu Hidan arc happens. Naruto shows up. He's probably already, like, he has Wind Style or Rasengan. Tries it out. It's a decent shot, but it's not enough to put Kakuzu down. So instead, on instinct, he combines his Wind Rasengan with the Seru instead, because he needs a clone for it, and then Wind Style Rasenseru or Raseru, and that is similar to the Tornado Fist, but a lot more concentrated, and that wrecks his shit. Just boom. And so ultimately, that would be the end. It would still probably end the same. Like, he's not down in the same capacity as he was in the original, but he's, like, struggling to move, and then Kakashi finishes him off. So ultimately, we would lead into the Sasuke retrieval arc, the other Sasuke retrieval arc, but the Itachi arc. And that's where some big changes are going to happen. So until then, though, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one. Later.